Last time we spoke, you were in a pretty desperate situation with your. It's a pub, isn't it? Is it a pub or a bar or sort of a bit of both?
It's 9 bars, a hotel,
Wow.
and we do the hospitality for Liverpool Football Club as well.
So
So
it's
we get about 5,000 people in every home game.
and how many people do you employ approximately? Oh, hello. Have we lost you? I think we've.
I
Oh, there we go. How many people do you employ approximately?
About 120.
120. So it's a lot of livelihoods that are at stake here. You were in a pretty dire situation last time we spoke. How have things been since, and where are you with everything now?
I'm I'm 10 times worse off, Krista.
Oh,
It's absolutely getting to the point now where I don't know how much longer I can carry on for. How many times can they lock us down? How many times are they going to keep doing this? It's getting to be an absolute joke. And I feel like they're playing Russian roulette with our mental health as well.
I mean, can you put a figure on how much you think you've personally lost? How much you or your business, more importantly, is out of pocket as a result of what's been going? Because, of course, you've still had your fixed costs, your rent, all of those sorts of things. So how much do you think you're out of pocket?
So don't forget, Christo, Liverpool won the league for the first time in 30 years. I was on track to have my busiest year I had ever had. And that was just all taken away from me. So it's still costing me £25,000 a month in my running costs. Since March, I haven't had one pence, not £1 income. So where everyone else has been able to open and stuff on the lockdowns, mine's all dependent on when the fans can go back in the ground. The Standard is like a holy shrine for all the international visitors. They want to come the birthplace of LFC. That's where they want to come. I've got no business. So it doesn't matter if the lockdown ends on the 31st of March. Until the fans are allowed back in that ground, I am absolutely goosed.
And when, I mean, there hasn't been much indication, has there, about when that will happen? I know that obviously, some games have been going ahead, but without any sort of meaningful fans, haven't they? So, have you had any indication? Have you seen any indication from government about when this situation might change?
We just stay exactly the same as everyone else, Christo. No one comes to us and tells us anything. We have to read the news like everybody else. But I am thinking to myself that it should be around August. I think we might get people in for the new season. But
Can you last
again,
till then? Can you last till then?
well, I'm trying to talk to the banks and I'm trying to get help. I've got a lot of equity in my building as well. But because of the shape that we're in, we're classed as high risk. So when you go into the banks and say, look, I need to take out a loan
Hmm.
against me property, they're telling me I'm high risk. So it's like, well, what am I supposed to do here? I've got a building worth £2.5 million. I've got a small mortgage on it, but you won't help me out. They give me a bounce back loan of £50,000 that I have to pay back, Christo.
Hmm.
It's not free money.
So, what do
And
you
then
need? If Rishi Sunak was listening to you right now, what do you need?
for him to get lost and give someone the job who knows what they're talking about and knows what they're doing. He's give money out hand over fist, Christo. He's give all these bounce back loans to anyone. Anyone could have them. It's a running joke. Everyone's partying in Dubai on bounce back loans. They're not going to pay it back. Who's going to pay all this money back? Where's all this money coming from, Christo? All this money that they're magicking up. Oh yeah, you can have another 9 billion. You can have this. It's us, business owners, who are going to have to pay it back. We are in for a major, major depression.
And do you just finally, Kate, because obviously lockdown, it's probably, and I say this with a heavy heart, with regret, with no joy whatsoever. I'm certainly not someone who is jumping up and down calling for lockdowns, because I really worry about the mental health, the effect that it's having on people like yourself. But with regret, it's probably where we are now, the least worst option. Is there any part of you that sort of still gets that? And I don't know, is there any part of you that understands that without some sort of lockdown, probably we wouldn't be able to protect the NHS? Or are you not convinced by that at all?
So I understand that people are dying, and I totally respect that, Christo. I get it. But when you're looking at the news and you're seeing Wuhan on New Year's Eve, all partying like it's normal. Today, New Zealand have come out and said they haven't got one case, and all the COVID restrictions have been lifted. And you look at the joke shop of us that we're going back into lockdown till maybe March 31st. You didn't do it properly. You didn't act when they should have done.
So you're
You've
not you're
left
not anti-lockdown. You're just anti the fact that we've got to this stage and we need to go into lockdown again.
I'm anti. I want to save lives. I want this over with as quick as possible. I wish everyone would stay in, get it out the way, and let's get back to work. Let's get the vaccine rolled out, and let's get back to normality.
Okay,
But
one
it's
more
not
one
happening.
more final question before we speak to Jeremy Joseph, who I think is going to be in a fairly similar situation to yourself. Do you have any faith left in Boris?
I can't stand Boris. Boris needs legging right out of 10 Downing Street and never ever to be seen again.
Do you know
I'm
what?
ashamed.
I've a feeling, Kate, that if you got anywhere near him, I think you would. I've no doubt in my mind you would drag him out of Downing Street
With that
yourself, my dear.
scraggy head, I'd drag him out by his big scraggy head.
Listen, Kate, um,
Vile.
I really, really wish you the best of luck. We're going to stay in touch with you and hopefully catch up with you again soon. You have my sympathies, and I really, really hope that
Thanks,
we get
Christo.
out of this quickly enough that you can save your business.